Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today I created this little simple cut little effect. This is like beginning cuts for beginners. So if you want to learn how I did this, then stay tuned. So this is just liquid latex that you can get from the Halloween store. Especially now that Halloween is here, you'll be able to just pop into Spirit Halloween or wherever or whatever Halloween store you have local to you. Alright, so starting off, my hand is it is pretty red. I just tried filming this already and I already messed up with the latex. I didn't let it fully dry. So here we are again. So this is really red because that's where I just ripped it off. So we're gonna start off by taking one of these. These are non-latex, just like your any everyday makeup sponges. So we're just gonna take one of those, and I did dump oh, you can't see it on screen, but I did dump my liquid latex. So we're just going to dip that sponge in some latex, and then we're just going to start to dab that on just like so. Just nice thin even coats is what you want. So just like that, and then we're gonna let it dry. It is a lot faster with a blow dryer, but I forgot mine upstairs, so we're just gonna wait for it to dry. All right, so usually you would wait till this is like fully transparent, just like this is, but this is kind of, it's like not sticky, so I'm just gonna continue because ain't nobody got time for that. So again, you're just gonna dip and even layers, starting to build it up. There, just like that. Now we're gonna wait again. Actually, so before I turn off and record, so you're gonna want to do this about we'll say 4 to 5 times. I'll probably only do about 4 times, but I'll come back once I've done all of my layers. Alright, so I feel like I've let that dry enough. This is how it should look, is like this like yellow transparent. This, I don't know, I think I have to throw out my liquid latex because it kind of chunked up. So if anything, we'll use that to our advantage and just use that as texture. So you always want to set your latex so it doesn't look like that shininess. So I'm going to go in with my Graftobian face powder. I'll show it to you in a sec, actually. I just don't want to dump it. So I'm just going to go in with like a small fluffy brush, take off that latex, and you're just going to dab. And you want to put a generous amount. I don't know if you'll be able to tell that it's not shiny anymore. Yeah, you can see how it's like super matte now. That's what you want. All done powdering it, so that's how it should look, is super matte like that. So this is the powder. This is just a little guy. It's the, let me see, there we go, Graftobian face powder. All right, so usually you use little scissors, but I don't know where mine are, so I'm actually gonna use a tattoo needle. Yeah, don't advise this, but that's what I'm gonna use. Okay, so I'm gonna just take this and I'm going to be very careful. Now this kind of can be a little bit disturbing, so you're gonna kind of start poking through that layer of latex and up and then out, and then usually this is where you would take scissors, but you know, so I'm gonna try and do that right down the middle. As you can see, I am actually bleeding on the inside because I did poke myself with the needle, so I definitely recommend scissors, but I didn't even feel it, so that's cool. Okay, and then I'm gonna just kind of open up the edges, but you can see this is like super secured. Ow, mother of pearl! Yeah, I'm gonna just put that down because this biatch. Okay. So usually this would look a lot better, but I don't have scissors, so we're just gonna go with it. And hopefully I stop bleeding because, you know. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is, now that it's like nice and open, so we're gonna like make this act, or this is gonna act as like basically extra skin, so that's fine. Okay, so first off, we're gonna wanna make this basically the shade of our skin, which can be really difficult, and usually you would use foundation, but I'm gonna go into my Graftobian. This is old age skin one, so this is a cream base. So I'm gonna go in with a flat brush, just like so, and I'm going to go into the light shade first, and then we're gonna start to kind of like mix. Actually, you know what we're gonna mix? We're gonna mix the light shade with the middle shade here. So you're just gonna kind of warm up that product in there. So it should kind of look like that. It looks really red, but I it won't be that red on the skin. So we're just going to start to blend that in. Now this doesn't have to match perfectly because there is going to be blood all around this. So I love blood because it can mask it a lot better. Foundation, like your foundation that you use on the daily, does work better than what I'm using now, but whatever. But you can see how this is starting to blend really nicely. Just, you can see the blood in the middle. That is actual blood. Yeah. Okay, so you can kind of see how this is really starting to blend nice. So you're just gonna keep going at it until you're happy. Make sure you have every little crevice too, because the liquid latex can kind of chunk up. All right, so now that we have that done, obviously if you cut yourself, there would still be red, like irritation. So I'm gonna go into my Cinema Secrets little tower stack here, and I'm gonna go into this red shade right there. So you wanna be very, very careful when working with very pigmented creams and reds, because you can really mess up everything within this second. So I'm gonna go into this really like soft little brush right there, and I'm just gonna lightly tap into the product, so I don't even know if you can see, and we're just gonna kind of begin to tap that on the outside of the wounds. And you can just kind of like literally paint it on, and you can take the other end of the paintbrush and like lift that up, the skin. I'm just gonna say skin because then I'm gonna get really messed up if I don't. So just kind of work with the product around. All right, so once you're pretty happy with the way that looks, I'm just going to kind of finesse with the skin a bit. Gonna push that in. Okay, so now you want to make this whole inside darker. So first I'm gonna go same brush in with that red and just begin to fill that hole. And make sure you always go underneath that skin. So the paintbrush, womp, 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 always go in there. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that look, so I'm just gonna go in a few more times. Kind of just go around the edge. Okay, so some people like to go darker, and I really don't like to go really dark for the inside, especially not with this kind of cut. So now that we have that, what we're gonna do now is blood. So I'm gonna first go into this drying blood. This is by Premium Hollywood Blood FX. Now this is a non-staining, so that's really nice. This will dry down really nicely. So we're just gonna open that up. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of take this and just begin to kind of dab that on the outside. The drier blood would be more on the outside, like the thicker blood. So I'm just gonna start to kind of dab that in. Now you have to be really careful with blood because you can really mess it up really fast. So just kind of start to dab that on the outside, just like so. Okay, so then you're gonna start to kind of fill that in on the inside and around the actual cut. And I just ripped off a piece of like a cosmetic sponge. So that is kind of how I like for this blood. I'll go a little bit over here just for some effect. And then just kind of dab that out. Dab that out. Okay, so once you have that, we're gonna go into a different blood. You really have to learn your bloods. That's one of my biggest like pieces of advice. So this one I'm gonna go in is the FX blood from Cinema Secrets, and this is a little bit lighter of a blood. So this would mimic more of a fresh blood type thing. So this is thicker. This doesn't really dry down really nicely, which is fine for like photos and like Halloween type thing, unless it's like long. Unless you're going out with it, you can kind of see like how bright red that blood is. So I like to, for this, go in with just the end of the end of a makeup brush. So end of the makeup brush is now fully coated. So we're just gonna start to kind of fill that in and underneath. So just like that. All right, so that is kind of how that one looks. So I'm gonna take a little bit and just kind of dab that into like the surrounding a little bit to just kind of blend a little bit more. So just kind of like so. And then I'm gonna go back into that red shade a bit with a brush, and to kind of blend in this blood over here, I'm just going to kind of make it look like it was irritation. And I'm gonna kind of just go into some of these crevices to kind of make it even look almost just deeper, just like that. And then you can really like more finesse with it, and this would be a lot to your skin tone more. You can put more blood, like there's like different sponges you can use. You can like really like dab, you know, whatever to your liking. This is kind of how I like mine. I like the blood in the middle. I like it around it because obviously if you were to wipe blood or dab it, even if you were to cut yourself, then you would smear it. So that's how I would do it. That's how I do it. So yeah. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section down below, and I will get back to you. I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are, and thanks again so much for watching. Bye guys.